My name is Jane, and I'm absolutely delighted to talk today about my experiences in the care industry. I left school, I had no qualifications. I went into a hospital close to where I lived, and I became what they used to call as an auxiliary nurse, but it was a glorified name for a cleaner and anything else that could be thrown in. That was fine. I had no objection. They put me into the geriatric ward, which is for old people, and I absolutely loved it. At that time, we could use stout or Guinness for people to be able to sleep well. I knew if I wanted to qualify for a nurse, I would have to go through a lot of training. I was young, and I wanted to go out there and experience other bits and pieces. I left there. I went into work as an accounts clerk. No good for me. I then went into another factory where I was packing. No good for me. Then I sat down one day and thought to myself, do you know what, Jane? You're just going to have something that stimulates your brain, but also can put your care that you have, and I did have a lot of care and love for people, you have to put it into action. Then I got married, had a child, life went on. I did a little part-time job, went back into lettings, that was great. Became a manager of an estate agent, that was great. And then something came up. I was bored at home and I was coming up for 40. And I decided to go to college in the evenings with my mum's permission because she had to babysit. And I did an iTech diploma in anatomy and physiology. I loved it. I was fascinated by the human body, how it worked, how it operated, about the lymph nodes and the heart and the lungs and so forth and so forth. And I thought, wow, I wanted to become a doctor then. I was 40 and taking a whole new career and having to work and not earn money. I thought, no, I can't go back because I have to go forward. As the years went on, my mother became very frail. Cut a long story short, my mother eventually got a diagnosis of having vascular dementia. I started to read up about exactly what sorts of things is going to happen, etc., etc. And I had the passion to look after her. I just needed the tools now to be able to work it well. My daughter was on maternity leave, which enabled me to go back to work as a temp. I went into a sheltered scheme where I was looking after elderly people who were vulnerable. My mother got progressively worse, to be expected, but she never knew that she had dementia. No point in telling her. No point at all. Consequently, she had a very, very big stroke and it led to her death. But I know with my hand on my heart that I can honestly say that I looked after her, I cared for her, I cooked, I cleaned, didn't bother me in the slightest. It is a passion. A job came up and it was for a deputy manager in a care home. I applied, I got the post. I have to say that my working there inspired me then to work forward, planning to become a care home manager. So therefore, I looked around for a post where that was possible. The care manager that was in the care home as a deputy I was in had only been a care manager for 4 months, so I knew there wasn't going to be an opening for me there. However, we worked well together. She knew what my plan was and she was happy to let me go. And I put my CV out there to a numerous amount of care homes with an accompanying letter to say, I'm looking for a care manager's post, but I'm happy to be able to come into your establishment to do anything. And that would lead me then perhaps to the care manager. That's my goal. Somebody rang me and said they loved the CV, wanted to see me, saw me, accepted the post as a deputy manager with a certainty that the care manager that was there and who was also the owner of the care home wanted to have more family, and consequently would I then, when the time was right, step up to care manager. If something is really, really in your heart and you want to do something, you go for it. I want to go to bed, I want to put my head on the pillow every night to know I have done the best I can for the people that I work with. And if I can give you the tools that you need to be able to make a success of looking after people who deserve care and respect, transparency, dignity and choices, then I am willing to do that. Nobody is the same. Everybody is different, and you have to be a good listener. You have to be able to empathise with what they're doing so that you can change your character, if necessary, to a softer approach. Not be so bullyish, etc. It's important that you're kind and you're soft and caring. I hope that I will be able to speak to you again soon, and maybe even have a haircut, because I haven't had it done for over a year. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.